It's now time for the test run. So I'm done repairing all the floor and all that with fiberglass that I showed you. Okay guys, so I'm going to turn the engine. Guys, you can see this car had many coats of undercoating. This stuff is like greasy, very dirty, greasy. I've took the time to engine wash a bit this area where I'm working at, and stay tuned. This is one of the problems. This is one of the reasons why the car it got rusted like that. And also this car had no heat because right here the heater core, I cleaned it out. It was one layer full up to the rim right here of grease and muck of just about any kind, like shavings from trees and all these anything that from nature, and all stuck on this thick layer of like it was like tar or some kind. It was all the undercoating that seeped in, and I'm going to switch to the part that was right here. See right here, this is the support for the rack and pinion, and what's happening right here, you can see there's a crack right here and another crack right here. So what's happening right now is when you turn the steering wheel, this moves out about ½ an inch and it wobbles. So it's like, because the bracket itself, here you can see the welds. Well, this is the original part, I'm assuming right here, something like that, but it broke right here and underneath right here. So all this piece right here, it's all rotten right now. So what I've done is I've, right now, the step I'm at now, so I've added, first, I added this product. This is a rust converter. You add a good layer and then you wait for about 12 hours. I've done this 3 times. Then I came back with this guy and I grind it up a bit to take the muck out and all that. And then what I've done is I've took brake clean and with a right here with an old toothbrush, and I gave it a good clean everywhere, and then I rinsed it. Now I'm going to let the brake clean dry a bit, and all the I'm going to let it dry for maybe another like 4 or 5 hours, because as you can see right here, it's starting to turn into whitish color. This is the rust converter. It's still working. It's activated again with the brake clean, and it's eating all the rust bacteria. And you can see the rust right here. There's a little hole. So that was a another somewhere else that the water was coming in. And why it's all rusted like that? Well, guys, stay tuned. Keep watching. Right now, I'm going to switch to why. Okay, so this is the fan itself. I gave it a good clean, and I gave it a good first coat of this, again, the rust converter. And I'm going to switch over to right here. See this drain hole right here? Well, actually, I'm going to flip this over to the other side. Okay, so you can see right here, there's no rust. Well, all this layer of this undercoating that got stuck into here was actually a good thing. It prevented it from rusting, but it accumulated right here in this hole and it blocked the hole. So water that was coming in had nowhere to go but else to go up and go up and go up and stay in here. And that's what happened, because I'm going to flip it over again. As you can see, water staying there for too much of a long time. Look what happened. No drain holes here because none needed, because if you look at the way it's built, see right here, this is way higher than the drain plug right here. So water, actually this sits just a bit sideways like that in the car, and water level went up all the way down here, and too much water, this guy couldn't cope, unhooked. Water was seeping out of here, and that's why this guy's all rusted, and accumulate rusts. So on the other side, where I showed you previously, where it's all cracked, the support for the rack and pinion is actually right here. So that's why the indentation in the middle are right here, because the upper bolt and the lower bolt of the rack and pin goes right here. So that's why this rust from the years, water accumulating, this hole blocked, look what it done. So it's a good thing if you got one of these cars and it's pretty old, take the time and remove this this is the heater cover, the fan cover for the heating system. Or take a good peek if you can reach it to your car, see if that hole's blocked. And if it's blocked, unblock it right away. Stay tuned, we're going to continue. Okay guys, so this is, see right here now, you can't really see it, but I took resin from fiberglass and these little P parts, and I put it on right here, and to make sure that it's very the first layer is very flat, I took a little plastic like this, these little plastics like this. It doesn't matter, any kind of plastic. So you put it on your surface, and then you rub it everywhere. Make sure it's very flat, and make sure not to slide the plastic. And once it's glued on here, just stay it here and wait about like half an hour or 2 hours, something like that. And it's going to be glued and dried up, and then you can just peel off the plastic and build the second layer. Oh, by the way, we're going to put about like 6 or 7 layers on this, so stay tuned guys, and I'll show you the next step when I mix all this stuff to show you how to mix it. Okay, so I've set this layer of fiberglass. Well, actually it's the first layer, and it's been there for about 1 hour, and I'm going to peel the plastics. Okay, so it should peel off so easy. Okay, hold on. Okay, one is done. Okay, you see the white patch right here? It's the paint right here on the plastic bag, so that's okay. It's a little paint, that doesn't matter. See how easy it was to remove? But I've noticed that when I removed it, one little patch right here seems to be a bit sticky. Yeah, right here it's not completely dry, although almost everywhere is dry. Yeah, so I'm going to let it sit for maybe oops, sorry, I was concentrating on what I was doing. See right here, it's a bit sticky, so it's not completely dry, but the rest is see, this is the exhaust hole, this little gasket. I just flipped it over and tucked it inside, so more room to play, because it was needed repair under here. So I'm started. See right here, there was a crack right here, so now this piece of fiberglass fixed it. There was a hole right here, so now the hole is blocked. And see this crack right here, so I'm going to wait maybe 15 minutes or so for this little this little patch to dry. And I got all my pieces here ready, my little jar, and I got my resin and my hardener ready also. And I got these little plastics. What I do is once I set up a plastic like this, and once the resin's all in here and this little piece of cloth is full of resin, I pick it up with a little piece of wood, something like this. I straighten it as much as I can. Then I pick it up with a little piece of, anyways, you get the drift. I pick up a little piece of wood. Then I drop it, if I can, at the center of the plastic. And then with the other end, I can pick up the plastic, which is easy and doesn't stick to my fingers. And then what I do is, let's say this is the surface to apply, and then you understand, so it's sticking to the surface like this, and then I apply like this. Then I can even it out like in the nooks and the cracks, and very, very tightly. And then I gotta wait for about an hour or so for it to dry. Then I can remove it. If not, if I remove it within like right away, see what's going to done? Well, now it's just static that's holding it there. But it's going to be, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to remove itself also. So just let it there for maybe an hour or so, and then come back and then peel it slowly to make sure that it had time to dry. It's 5 layers everywhere here. Okay, because this support, you remember all the cracks right here? Okay, so I'll be a little close up right here. It's not pretty, but that's okay. So, and I started right here. I have two layers right here, so I'm going to let it dry a bit, because right here you can still see it. This is the support right here. It goes all, but here was rusted and cracked right here and right here. But the support on this side is still good, so I put like 2 layers right here. And you can't really see, but I went way down below down here, and also right here in the bottom, there's holes, perforation holes in the body itself. So hold on a second, I'll put the light on the other side so you can see. Okay, so you can see I'm trying to, okay, so you can see now, you can see the glow, because I'm going to back out a bit so you can see, you can understand what I mean. Okay, so this is where I fixed it, and this is where the perforation holes were, and the body was so weak right here. So we're going to go right inside right now. 5 layers of this fiberglass, and as you can see, I've went like on top here, and all the way down for here, and all the way down to here, because there's a seam right here. You can kind of still see it. There's a body seam right here. This is the lower part of the body, and this is the firewall of the car. So there was like a bit of rust here. So I've put some rust converter everywhere, and like 4 layers of the rust converter, and let it dry out really good. And then when it comes, the metal comes really black, then you're ready to apply all this the undercoating. So right now I'm going to wait this all to dry. Yes, I had to remove a few parts off the car, but that's okay. And then, but that what I'll be doing is I'm going to, after this is all dry, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and see, like these little pieces right here, they could be like sticky, and like when it's really dry. Now right now it's not that dry, so you can see it's still soft a bit. This you can see just bend just a bit. I'm going to, with my snips, I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to cut these little pieces right here, and just to make sure that somebody else in the future plays with this car when they want to cut themselves or hurt themselves. And after that, I'm going to reinstall the carpet of the car, and we'll take it for a test drive. So this is my first test run. I'm taking a drive in my car today. For me, it's a wonderful day with my comfortable car. Yeah, so the top is off, and it's the clouds are very light today, so we don't burn with the sun, and the temperature is like maybe 22 Celsius, so it's just very comfortable. Yeah guys, so I'm just thinking about you, so that's why this little video. And this car, I didn't own it for a long time, but it was broken, so I fixed it. So now it's still on test drives, but up to now I'm very happy with the work I've done on this car, because up to now it gives me a great pleasure to drive it. Thanks guys.